Hey, good morning. This is Janine Bolin with Send Out Cards Saturday Training, and today we're going to be covering your master contact sheet. As you know, I have a system that I use that is the 4-hour a week system, and this is what helps people build their business, whether they're using Send Out Cards or some other business. And so let's go ahead and get into the training. Last week, we had a whole bunch of new people show up to Send Out Cards, so I basically had a start here kind of process. And I said, are you ready to send? One of the challenges people have is that they'll have a great idea or they know they need to reach out to somebody and they don't have easy access. I found that I make things as simple as possible for myself. So the very first step is download every single electronic device with the app. So whether it's your phone, your desktop, your laptop, or your tablet, make sure every single one of those electronic devices has a icon that you press or click that sends you to send out cards. It's very important that you have that. The second thing is you go to your address and you make sure it's correct. So go to your account, click on it. You'll get a little submenu, click on your account number again, and make sure that return address is exactly where it needs to be. Okay. The second thing is with send out cards this past couple of weeks, they have a new system where you need to verify your account. This will help you be able to use a lot of the digital media that's coming online with send out cards. And it also allows you to use your phone much more effectively to do follow up. So I cannot stress this enough with my people and others. Please make sure you verify your cell phone number for your account. The other thing is we have a holiday season coming up. And with that, you may want to send out a big batch of cards. And so I highly recommend save yourself some money, drop down to the $17 a month plan, and then get your system package, which is around $395. And that way you can send out 300 cards, all of the same kind of card. And you can do that just for the cost of postage. And so that is a very viable option for business owners. I recommend that you do that through your heaviest months where you're sending cards, either holiday cards of some kind, or you have a big launch that you're promoting a new book or a new program, something like that, new product, new service. And then the next month, I highly recommend that you get back on the $97 a month plan. So you have the unlimited sending that a lot of business owners have found very helpful. The way you go about doing that is you go to the relationship manager system, you hit the $17 a month, then you click on system pack. This is another thing I use a lot, which is the expense bucket. I always put about $75 in there. And that way, when my system send goes out and I'm charged around $55 at a time because I send batches of 100 cards out. $55 a batch will go out and it will pull on my MasterCard only once. It just pulls the $55, puts it in the expense bucket, sends it out when it has another pull. It's pulling at $55 increments at a time. So that's something that's helpful. You don't have to worry too much about the expense bucket. It's just the way it pulls on your credit card. Okay. Then when I've had people say, oh, but how do I know how many cards I have left? You just go to your account again, and it'll show you how many system send cards you have remaining. Okay. So the 4-hour a week system that I train in and walk my people through, that's step 2. First, we make sure that you have sending abilities, that everything is set up, your return address, we get you on the right programs. The second thing that's going to happen is you need to start establishing the habits that make successful business owners. I don't care what business you're in. These are the 4 things you need to be doing a week to be profitable in your business. You spend an hour prospecting, an hour of doing follow up, an hour of connecting with people, and an hour of training yourself. Those are 4 hours a week where you are not working in your business as a technician, which is like in send out cards. We're sending cards. If you're not sending cards, you're not in business of send out cards, right? Because sending cards is what we do. So these 4 hours a week, though, is how you grow your business. This is the 4-hour week system that nurtures and grows your business so that you will have more income. Because face it, if we're not making a profit, we're not in business. And why do we want to make a profit? So we can do more, right? We want to be able to do more. We want to be able to help more people. So most folks that are interested in send out cards are not after money for money's sake. They have goals, they have things they want to do. So in order for those to happen, let's help make you profitable. So it's very important that you establish on your calendar those 4 hours a week. I want you to actually set times where you're going to take the time to start moving the addresses out of whatever electronic system or paper system you have. Start setting times where you're moving your addresses into the send out card system. And I highly recommend with my people that you take your address, you put it in the send out card system, send a card to that person. Take your address, send a card to that person. Take an address, send a card to that person. Get in the habit of sending cards. Yep. So step 3, what are we doing with step 3? Step 3 is basic business building. Literally, this is what we're going to use to help you build your business. So do you have access to your contacts? You actually have warm leads and you don't know it. Now, when it comes to send out cards, we highly recommend that you don't sell. You show by example. Just send cards to people, okay? And so what I recommend is that you figure out exactly how many people do you have on Facebook? How many people do you know on LinkedIn? And how many people are actually in your phone? How many people do you actually have in your phone? So write down all those people because this will help you see that you are actually achieving your goal, which is getting to know more people, send more cards, okay? Because the more cards you send, then the more people who know that you exist and know what you do as your business, all right? So whether you use a digital calendar or whether you use an analog calendar, it is not important to me what your system is, just have one. And what you need to do is take the time, and I want you to put down exactly when you're going to do this. You need to build your master contact list. That needs to happen. That is step 3. After you've done step 1, after you've done step 2, step 3 is you build your master contact list. Now, many business owners already have a CSV, but they don't have systems in place to incorporate addresses, or they're not incorporating the people that they have in the send out card system. And I just want you to make that a part of your process, that you are going to set a time and a date. Block out an hour sometime that you are going to build your master contact list. Now, what is the CSV? You've heard it by other names. CSV stands for comma separated value. Basically, in a word, it's a spreadsheet. And so what you're going to do with your CSV, and I don't care which system you use, again, I mean, we have Microsoft Excel, it's been around for ages. We have Google Sheets, you have Apple has their numbers system. It doesn't matter. Pick one. And what you are going to do in your next step, and I have this on my website at JanineBoland.com/, how do I is what it is. How do I? They're my how-to videos. They will tell you how to download your current customer base, which is your current contact base, which is on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and they will tell in these videos, it'll tell you how to download it and put it in this massive spreadsheet. Okay. And so once you build that spreadsheet, then you can move on to the next step, which is this. Go down your spreadsheet and ask every person that you know for their address. And then you add it to the send out card system, and then you send a card. This is the work. This is what you do. This is part of the business of send out cards. If you are not sending out cards, you are not effective in business. Now, as you know, send out cards has those multiple programs. You have a $17 a month, $37 a month, $97 a month. This is my recommendation. The $17 a month is what I encourage business owners to drop down to so they can afford and buy that big system package so they can do their blasts for their cards, okay? So that's for promotion. If you're just getting started, start with the $37 a month system because you get one card free a day and all you have to do is pay 55 cents of postage. That's perfect because that gives you an opportunity to kind of get to know the system at $37 a month. For business owners, I highly recommend the unlimited plan of $97 a month. That's the one I'm on. And if you send 5 cards a day, 5 days a week, it has paid for itself. You don't pay postage. You pay a flat rate of $97 a month. And I use that system so much. I am in the habit now of I send anywhere from 10 to 15 cards a day because I am on the phone with people. As soon as I get off the phone, I send a card. I get onto Facebook. I see who has a birthday that day. I send a card on their birthday. I'm constantly sending cards, anywhere from 5, 5 cards is the minimum actually each day because I know that that's the minimum for the $97 plan to make it useful. And boy, I'm going to get the most out of my system. So I send the minimum 5. I take Saturday and Sunday off, but even then, I'm sending anywhere from 3 to 15 cards, just depending upon what happens on Saturday and Sunday. So just to let you know, once you get into the habit, it is kind of addictive because it's a highly creative process and it's fun. It's fun. The feedback is a positive feedback. Okay. So just to let you know how this system works, I wanted to let you know that when I downloaded my CSV file in March, I had decided I was going to show my team step by step. This is how I grow a business. And up to that point, I had kind of ignored send out cards. I hadn't done much with it until March. But when COVID hit, I decided that it was time to really get into the mailboxes of people because everybody was stuck at home. That was one way I could reach out. And so you can see there that I only had 285 people that I had in my master contact list for send out cards. So what I showed my team was how I built my send out card business by using all the techniques I do for my other businesses. So, this is just showing, leading by example, right? By now, today, I now have 524 people. Now, some people are used to these huge numbers that come about. Well, I am a solopreneur, people. It's just me, myself, and I that work at my business. And so the fact, just look at these numbers and what they mean. In 8 months, I literally almost tripled my business. Didn't quite, 2.5%. Okay, almost tripled the number of people. I have 240 people that are currently in my contact database that were not before. Okay. Also, they're no longer what I call cool leads. They were never cold because they did connect with me. But I have moved them into the warm lead category. There are business owners that pay through their nose for warm leads. Okay. I have done that on my own. This means that on average, using my system, I get 30 new addresses a month. That means 30 new potential clients a month. Now, there's no sales going on. This is strictly what we call prospecting. This is how you prospect a business. It's the only way a business grows, okay? Which means that I'm getting roughly 1 address a day by sending cards. And some people will go, but sending cards is so expensive. I said, have you ever seen how much it costs you to have somebody else prospect for you? Have you ever seen how much it would cost you to grow your business by any other means? You haven't been in business very long if you don't understand that that $97 a month on that unlimited plan, that's marketing. That is marketing in a way that gives you a 95% open rate. I've done the math. I have nothing in my tools, in my tricks or techniques that gives me the open rate that send out cards does. So what are some next steps for you? The very first thing I highly recommend is you download the app, please. Second, schedule those 4 critical hours a week so you can start growing your business. Third, access. I said assess. Assess your current contacts. Okay. What you need to do, go to Facebook, LinkedIn, any social media, Alignable. There's a million of them out there. Go on to YouTube, figure out how you download your contacts into a CSV file, get everybody's thrown into a master contact sheet. Just do it. I've had people put up so much barriers. They're like, but what if I have duplications? But what if, but what if, but what if? Just do it, please. Just do it. Stop asking questions. Just do it. Because once you do that, then you can go through and then you can start asking for address, getting them into your send out card system, and then moving forward with the very nature of building those relationships so you can grow your business, whatever your business happens to be. Okay, so when should you do this? Now. For watching this video, pause it and start getting into your calendar and making the decisions to start building on your business. Set up that hour, and I highly recommend that you do it the very first week after you've watched this video. So next week I will have Saturday trainings again, and we will be covering what you do with that CSV file, what you do with your master contact sheet, and how you answer those questions that a lot of people will say to me before they've ever done it. First, just get it all downloaded so that you can get ready for next week's training. If you don't know how to get a hold of that next week's training, please go ahead and contact me through my contact sheet at JanineBoland.com. Just go there, and Tasha Wilmore is somebody who assists me, and she'll be able to help you get on in contact with me, or how to get to the link to get on to my Saturday trainings. Anyway, this is Janine Boland, the Thriving Solopreneur, and I hope this has been helpful in getting your business to grow. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.